Hello there, this is Teamworks Podcast. We are a podcast that will be talking about games from PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, you name it. We'll be talking right through all them platforms, right through all our episodes, but also we'll be now and again talking about Marvel stuff and stuff like that. But don't forget, if you say to Alexa, play Teamworks Podcast, and the episode, it will play our podcast. So yeah, that's our podcast, and yeah, we hope you enjoy it, guys. Hello guys, and welcome back to the podcast. This is Teamworks, and this is episode 10. We've had some fantastic guests on our show, and in this week's episode we have the Doctor's Gaming Gaff. How are we doing, mate?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Not a problem. And alongside me, as well as always, we have my co-presenter, Phil. How are we doing, mate?
Doing good, mate. Doing good. How are you?
Not bad, mate. So the first question I want to ask you, the Doctor's Gaming Gaff, is what made you name your name Doctor's Gaming Gaff in the first place?
Well, I like gaming, and obviously I love Doctor Who, so I was just sat there with a few friends one day, and I said I was going to make a gaming page, and they said, why not just, merge the two names, the Doctor, and...
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really good, interesting, because we always ask all our guests on the show, why did you name your name that way and all that, and it's good to see different stories back and why is that. But the other question I've got for you as well is what made you gaming in the first place? Obviously I love gaming, and the reason I come into gaming is because back in the 90s it was like your first consoles was like, wow, this is fantastic and all that. But I would love to hear what's gaming come best for you?
Well, when we're going back to, I think it was the 90s, was it? I think I had the Sega Mega Drive, the Sega Saturn.
Wow, God.
And I know, going back a few years now, and then I ended up with a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and then that just flew from there.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. And do you remember the first PlayStation 1? Well,
I do.
Yeah, it was the big chunky grey version.
Yeah, and is it the white one, the little white console as well, and the slimline PS? No, it's PlayStation.
Yeah, and as Phil's mentioned in the previous episodes, they also brought a portable one out as well, didn't they, with a little screen on top?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that was the PlayStation 1. When they brought out the small, rounded, more white-coloured PlayStation 1, there was a thing where you could have a screen on it, but it said it was portable, but really you had to use it in the car because you needed Siggy lighter for power.
That's good. I wish I'd done them when I've been in cars travelling.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine. Well, you can actually get cars with TV screens on it anyway, can't you? Like, it's like a screen that comes down. I've seen someone actually play his PlayStation in the car once, and I'm like, but would you though? That's the thing. Would you?
Not while driving, no.
No, obviously you're not. It'll be in the back, obviously.
Yeah. But if I'm travelling long distance in someone's car, I'd love that. That would be amazing.
Well, it'll be good as well because, say, like you're a delivery driver or something like that, and obviously you were using a company car or just using your own car. It'll be brilliant because when you stop off at places for a rest, I'll have a little bit of game. Platinum this.
Yeah, that would be fun. I might become a delivery driver.
It would be good. I know someone that actually, I've seen people that, the people that work on the ships and all that in the middle of the sea and everything, they take the PlayStations with them, so when they've got a break, they go back in the rooms and they play on the PlayStation. I mean, it's not the greatest setup, but I tell you what, It wouldn't be hard. I wonder what the reception is on the internet there, though.
Terrible.
Probably,
Honestly.
yeah, that would be terrible.
I can tell you from experience, the internet signal out at sea is terrible. You might get away with playing normal games, but if you want to play like first-person shooters and battle royale kind of games, yeah, you've got no chance.
No, you haven't, have you, really? But yeah, is there any questions you would like to ask, Phil?
Yeah, so I know that you said that the reason for your naming your channel was to do with you love gaming and you're a big fan of Doctor Who. Well, I was just wondering, what's your opinion on the idea of a Doctor Who story-based game?
I'd love it. I know they brought out a. I can't remember what it is now, but they did bring out a Doctor Who game for the modern day, didn't they?
Yeah.
I had David Tennant, Jodie Whittaker, and
Did
you
they
got to
fight
play as. No, this was like a new one with David Tennant, Jodie Whittaker in it, and
Oh yeah.
you got to play as like a companion to help them out. But a more like adventure, like more open. I was going to say open world then, but like more like. Oh, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Is it sandbox or open world?
No, I would love that. But going around, like I can't really compare it to Mass Effect. Well, you can go like to different worlds and you can be the Doctor and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I would love a more. I would love a more story based. It was a pretty good story, but it.
Yeah,
It
was that?
wasn't quite as
good,
good as
but-
it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that back on the
Yeah.
PS4 when that came out?
Yes, it is on the PS4 actually, and it's on the Xbox, and I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, I can't remember, but I think, if I'm correct, I might be wrong, but didn't they bring a VR version out to Doctor Who?
Yes.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, I know what you mean. They should have like a more like story-based game on Doctor Who. Maybe base it on the TV series itself, which would be pretty cool because then obviously you can go all different ways with the story, then can't you?
But that's what I was thinking. I mean, you could choose between doctors as well. You could play as your favourite doctor. You don't have to be a doctor.
Yeah.
You could be any of them.
And I mean, depending on which company decided to do it, they could also do microtransaction for different Doctor skins.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not that I'm condoning that, but
Well, they could do it in game rewards. So, you earn these rewards and you can buy new skins out of them, or bring DLCs for them. I mean, they could possibly bring a season pass out as well to the games, because I know a lot of games are bringing season passes out now, aren't they?
Yeah, a bit more DLC and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know what the news Watch Dogs that has a season pass for it, and when the last time checked, it's going back a while ago now, it was free as well. So not most season passes are free either, are they, on games?
No, I think I don't know whether that's. Is it because the games don't really do well? I think eventually they're going to bring stuff out for free for it. But Watch Dogs, that did really well. So I can't really say that was a bad game because that was an amazing game.
Yeah, what was your favourite one? I mean, for me, it's got to be Watch Dogs 2 at the moment, and I'm pretty sure Phil will agree with me on this.
yeah.
But
My favourite one.
yeah, well, I've not really played the first Watch Dogs. I played the second one because me and Phil were on it for, God, we spent hours on that game. And then the new Watch Dogs came out, the Watch Dogs Legion. I liked it, and I liked it because it was based in London, and because you could change into different characters. You didn't have to be that one character, which I thought was good. But
Yeah.
open world style and things to do and that, I think Watch Dogs 2 was more fun in that sense. But
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, what was your favourite one, Gary? The Doctor's Gaming Gaff. I do know you as Gary. I'll put that in the podcast as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm the same as you. I like number 3, but number 1, I think you'll have to play number 1. That was really good.
Yeah, wasn't that back in Chicago? Was it? Is it based in Chicago? The first one?
I think so. Yeah, but that was like more of like number 2. It was more of hacking and.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Well, I mean, Watch Dogs 3 they modernised it a bit more, didn't they? We could do a lot more of like hacking into things. But yeah, Watch Dogs 1 was good. I enjoyed that one.
Well, I know Watch Dogs 2 was really good because you could hack into the Ubisoft store. Well, Ubisoft offices, was it? Or something like that?
I don't know. I didn't get on that one.
Yeah, I mean, the only way you could hack in it is hack through the cameras inside it, and you could see inside it, but you couldn't actually go in there.
Oh, wow.
But if you hacked into the cameras inside the building, you could actually see like what it looked like in the Ubisoft offices place. The reason they put that in there, I think it was like because the game's made by Ubisoft, it was like, oh, we'll put this in and see if people see it. I mean, I don't know whether it's based in San Francisco, the Ubisoft company, but it was on Watch Dogs 2. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah, they did that in Assassin's Creed, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, didn't they? I think because they're made by Ubisoft, they wanted to put themselves in there as well, just to show people.
Oh, they called it Asturgo or something in Assassin's Creed, which was kind of sneaky, I reckon. That was like,
Yeah, well, I've not played Assassin's Creed games, but I do believe it is in it, but I can't remember which one it is.
I think it's called Asturgo. I can't remember.
Is it?
I think so, but I think that was one of the makers of them, so that was a little bit sneaky what they did. I think it was.
Yeah, but anyway, but the Watch Dogs games are fantastic, and all the Ubisoft games have been brilliant. I mean, I think Watch Dogs has got to be one of the best series on Ubisoft games that I can think of. There's other games on there that I like, but I think Watch Dogs beats it for the Ubisoft company.
Yeah, I like Far Cry as well. Have you played Far Cry?
Yes, we have. Yeah. We've got all the Far Cry. Would you believe it?
Yeah, same here. I've got all the Far Cry games. Oh, they're amazing.
They are. I mean, I need to get back to Far Cry New Dawn just to complete the platinum. Phil's already completed it, but I definitely still need to complete it, don't I, mate?
Yeah, it took me some time to get the platinum for that one, to be fair, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but then you got... saying that, we have got all of them except Far Cry 6. That's the only one we haven't got. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one, but I haven't started it yet. Yeah. I do that a lot, by the way. I buy games and then I don't start them.
Oh my god, I'm not the only one then.
Well, James usually buys new games, starts them, and then buys another new game and starts that. I usually will buy a new game, but then not start it until I've completed whichever one I'm currently playing. Like, we bought, what was it? Guardians of the Galaxy when it first came out.
Yeah.
And, I still haven't played that yet.
It's just one of them, isn't it? You can't get around to all the games that you buy. But it's made it easy for me and Phil as well, because obviously we do game share. I don't know whether you've done game share, Gary, as well as the Doctor's Gaming Gaff. But yes, it's a good way to go if you want to save money. But then again, you're spending more money as well, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Is that on PlayStation, on about the game sharing system on PlayStation?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I know you can do it on Xbox as well, but yeah, we're we've been doing it since the PS4 days, haven't we, Phil?
Oh well.
Yeah, we've saved a fortune because of it.
Yeah, save a fortune and spent more at the same time because we bought more games because we've gone halves on it. So, but
If anybody saw my games libraries, they'd be like, "Oh my word! How many games do you need?"
I know you don't need that many games, but then again, you do, don't you?
Yeah, because if you want to go back to one, you're like, "Well, I got bored of that, but eventually I will go back to it." So, and I probably won't be as bored of it.
Yeah,
as I was then.
Even if it's 10 years down the line, I'll still go back to it.
Yeah, shocking.
But saying that, the it'll be close to the PlayStation 7 by the time I get back to some of my games. And
That's what happened. That's what happened. Me bought a load of PS4 games, and they said PS5. I went, "Oh, what? No."
I know, yeah. But the good thing about some of the PS4 games is if you've already had them, you get free upgrades, which is brilliant. I mean, that's a good side of it, is that there's a lot of games that are being updated to the PS5. So in that sense, it's not too bad. But then when you got a load of PS4 games that are not being updated, it's like, I want to go back to them, but you just don't, because you got a full library list of things. What I should do one day when I've got free time, I should stick to one game, get the platinum out of the way, and then go on to another game. But I never do.
Yeah, I haven't platinumed one game. So.
Yeah, well, Phil's done really well with platinums. I can't remember how many they are, but you must be close to about 75 now.
Give me one. 73.
Oh, yes, I was close. I think I've got 34, is it? 33, 34 platinums? And
I will have a look.
some of them, though, the Doctor's Gaming Gaff is... I have to just say there's some easy ones in there, but who cares if it's a platinum?
No, if it's a platinum, then it doesn't matter. Whether it's easy or hard. Well, it does matter when it's hard.
It does. I've got a question for you as well, the Gaming Gaff. What game... what's the popular game everyone seems to love but you don't like?
Ooh. Oh my word. Fortnite. No.
Yeah, if it's Fortnite, we can agree on that one.
Yeah, I don't like Fortnite. I can't get my head around if that counts. But yeah, I don't like Fortnite.
Yeah, it does count, because obviously there'll be a lot of your friends that do like Fortnite and you don't, which you just said. But yeah, we don't like Fortnite. I mean, I used to play it, but I went off it. But the only thing that interests me about the game now is the skins on it. The skins are brilliant, but other than that, it's not the game I would play, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are like, "Do you want to join me on Fortnite?" So I did, because I thought I just went on it. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why are people running around like Spider-Man?
You can do that on GTA then, can't you, as well?
Yeah, and I'm like, this isn't Call of Duty. I can't play this.
Yeah, I just couldn't get into the game. I mean, I think Phil's the same. You just couldn't get into the game, could you?
Yeah, no, it took a lot to try and get into it, and it just got to a point where it's like, the learning curve for this, I can't be bothered putting in this time and effort to learn all the controls and that, because like as soon as you get spawned into a map, like you've not got a chance to learn the controls before you're already being attacked. So I was like, fuck this, I'm getting bored with it now. So just proper put me off the game.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a shame, because I would have loved to give it a bit more of a try, but I just couldn't. And it's a bit like Apex. Apex, when it first came out, me and Phil thought, oh, this is going to be a really good game, because it said it was going to be so much like Titanfall, which Titanfall, by the way, we absolutely loved.
That was amazing.
We stayed on it for hours and hours. But when Apex came out, we thought, you know what? They said it's going to be so much like Titanfall. We'll give it a try. Nah, I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't a game I could get into, to be honest with you.
To be fair, I've always been a Call of Duty player, so any other like shooting games I couldn't really get into, like, because I'm used to the COD controls, and if I went on another game, I'd pretend I'm playing Call of Duty, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, does it?
No, it doesn't work. So
we're the same with Rogue Company. I mean, I don't know whether you heard of Rogue Company, but it's a free-to-play game. It's basically they've got all different modes on it. Strikeout is one of the main ones on it that we play, and it's basically 4 people versus 4 people. And you come down from a plane or whatever you want to call it, a ship, and you got basically the object is to capture the zones, but obviously defeat the enemies as well so they don't get there. And you know what? It's so addictive. We're never off it, are we, when we play it?
Yeah, I think that's what kind of prevents us from finishing other games, is because since they added what's it called, battle passes, like, you've got to spend as much time as possible to finishing that off, and then by the time you've spent as much time as you can gaming, you're like, I don't really have time to be going on anything else. So fun.
Yeah, it is fun. And do you know what? Talking about the new battle pass on it as well, they've not given us much time to complete it, have they? And I don't like the new system that they brought on it. It's like 35 tiers rather than 50 tiers. The good thing about it is that we've not actually paid much to buy the battle passes all the seasons, have we? Because you earn in-game money, so you can put that towards next battle pass. So I've only really paid a little bit of money to go towards it, but it's. What do you think about it this season, Phil?
Yeah, I feel kind of the same. But how is it with COD? Like, do you have to pay for the battle pass in COD?
yeah, it's about they bring out like bigger like battle passes, so it's about, I don't know, about £20, but you can get like just the normal one for about $7.99. But I like that idea, what you just said, that people with battle passes should let you earn in-game money as well to help you go towards these battle passes, because Call of Duty is just running it ragged at the moment.
Yeah.
Especially with the new one and the new Warzone, and they're just bang, 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 you know. And it's pretty expensive to do on COD.
Yeah, and you know what? It used to be on Rogue Company till they decided, we're going to do a login reward as well. So they do it every season, and they do it for I think it's a month, isn't it, Phil? It stays on for a month or just over.
Yeah.
So you get 10 days of rewards, and now you don't have to log in 10 days on the trot. You just need to log in 10 days, and you get rewards every time you log in. So it could be coins, it could be a rep to go towards buying a new character out of reps, or now they've brought out if you earn your rep now, you can buy tiers. So say you're running low on time on the battle pass, and you don't know whether you're going to complete it. You can instead of using money, you can use the rep to buy tiers now, which is a fantastic idea as well.
Can we get in contact with Activision, please? Can we give them this idea?
Yeah. Tell them to talk to High Res and get some ideas from them.
Yeah, they need it. No offense to any Call of Duty fans listening, but you know what I'm talking about. Come on.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit ridiculous.
It is, and you know what? Games should be like this. Earning stuff to do. You know, you play on the game for so many hours, and you would expect some rewards from it, wouldn't you? And like you say, Call of Duty don't do that at the moment, do they?
No, you put in hours on Call of Duty, and all you get is shot and enraged.
Yeah.
Not saying I get raged at Call, not at all. And then
No.
no
gamer ever gets rage. No, that's just not a thing.
Talking about rage, Rogue Company. One night we were having a bit of rage, and I decided to record it. So in the end, I ended up making a video up on YouTube, and I called it Rogue Rage, which actually matches the name anyway, because of Rogue Company, we were raging, so I thought Rogue Rage. But it's one of them you can easily rage on any type of game. I mean, Phil, to tell you why we've raged sometimes on Rogue Company, but it's for certain reasons where you think, how the hell is that happening? But yeah, Phil, explain that. Why?
Yeah, there's a lot of like glitches and cheats going on with Rogue, but then again, there is with all online gaming, really, isn't there? I did hear something recently about I think it was H1Z1 did, where they instantly banned, I think it was like 24,000 gamers because they were cheating. Yeah, and they said that they were constantly getting emails and stuff for people to let them, to let them play the game again.
Yeah.
And basically they wouldn't do it. So in the end, H1Z1 was like, okay, we'll let you play the game again, but you have to put a public apology up on YouTube. So there's shed loads of videos on YouTube of people apologizing for cheating, and they use them now as advertising to current players to not cheat, basically.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I was like, that's pretty cool.
Also, again, Activision, if you're listening, come on. Sorry, I'm not.
No, yeah, absolutely.
No, honestly, get your point out there. I think what you should do is you should start a poll on Facebook or something, and make sure it gets so many signatures and everything, and get it out there. Get them to do what the fans want.
It's like, they started this thing, I don't know what it's called. It's called a cheat thing, where apparently it picks up cheaters. Yeah, that's worked. Activision wants.
All right, and
congratulations on that.
It doesn't work, I guess.
No.
So why have it there if it doesn't work?
Well, I don't know, because apparently they're going to do like an email thing, and then you only have to use one email, but people could just make multiple accounts and still come back with other accounts, and I can't remember what it's called, but they still, you see like other streamers on Facebook, and a lot of streamers have been into trouble on Call of Duty as well, and I think COD went for a stage where they did ban thousands of people, but they just came back.
Yeah.
With other accounts, and it's like...
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? And it's stupid. And I'm not saying all gaming PC players are like this, but with PC players, they can, get around things and get mods. So it's basically cheating on the game, hacking. But I've got a gaming PC myself. I've recently got one the last few months ago, but not to add the mods on now. I still don't use the mods. I know they're there and you can use them, but I don't feel any need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, there are some very talented PC players. They graph really hard because a lot of them earn a living from like Call of Duty and everything. So there are some good streamers out there and PC players. Like you said, we're not saying all, just a few, some of them.
Well, yeah. Well, there was one time where me and Phil were playing Rogue Company, and the worst one for it is, and it happens quite often, is people shoot through walls and actually get you, and it's like, how the hell? There's this big wall in front of you. How the hell is your bullets going through and getting me? It's ridiculous. How the hell? And you think to yourself, well, look, I'm shooting through the wall. My bullet's not going through. It's definitely not a glitch. You know what I mean? It's got to be some cheating going on there, basically. I don't like using the word cheating, but there is people out there that do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I call it a glitch in the Matrix. That's all it is, don't I?
Yeah. And the other one was, oh god, the worst one was, I think Phil knows what I'm gonna say now.
Yep.
Basically, we were shooting someone. He crouched, and half of his body went into the ground, and while we were shooting him, there was no health going off him. So it was like when he was in the ground, it was like it was using it as a shield, so he would have no damage. And then he crouches up and shoots us with one shot, and we're thinking, what the hell?
Trouble was, though, while he was in the ground, he was still able to shoot us and damage us while we were shooting him with no damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was mildly infuriating.
And I'm not sure if that's the same with Call of Duty. Does that happen quite often?
Yeah, there's like multiple names for like different things. One's called wall hacks, and basically, what's that other one? Where basically, if they are hacking on the screen, it's like rectangles on the screen, and it shows it, and they can see you through a wall. They can see you before you even get to them, and they can shoot halfway across the map.
Wow, that's ridiculous. That, I mean, it spoils the game, doesn't it? Because obviously, people like ourselves, we just want to go on the game and enjoy it without people, you know, messing about with all different things so they can be the best player on it. And, it's not all about just being the best player on it. It's about having fun and taking part in it. You know what I mean? But I'd
probably accuse some people that are not cheats of being cheats. So
yeah,
because they're just better than me.
Definitely hear that one.
But that is a good point, because there is some people out there that are very, very good. So yeah, and if they're very, very good, though, that's the thing. If they're good or they're not, because if they're not and they're getting so many downs, they're either using a hack or they're using something else anyway. But basically, if they're a good player because when there's a hack and there's not a hack, don't you?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I do.
It's quite interesting discussion as well, because obviously it happens in so many games, and I think it just needs to be pointed out a little bit more there, because I mean, people that are going to be listening to this episode, it's a good value point, because there's a lot of people like us three that just want to go on the game and enjoy it, and yeah, okay, maybe on the hacking side of things, people might think it's fun, but it's not fun when you ruin the games for everyone else, is it?
No, not at all. I'm trying to watch what I say so I don't offend your listeners.
It's all right. I mean, a lot of them will they'll listen to this and think to themselves, well, you know what, it's a good point.
Yeah, I think games and consoles, and they need. I mean, I'm not just blaming the game developers, because it's the consoles that, like Xbox and PlayStation, they need to get more involved as well. And because you could play Xbox on a PC, is that right? And a PlayStation on a PC, is that right?
Yeah, with remote play. But the remote play is not always that good for the PS app. It's it can be glitchy at times, can't it?
But I think, like I said,
quite slow as well.
PlayStation and Xbox and these game group, they're big. They need to get involved more. They need to say, look, we're getting too many complaints from so many people.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, that's another good point. And talking about hacking and all that, do you remember going back when the PlayStation 3 was around, and this hacking company hacked PlayStation, and the onlines were off for like 2 or 3 months. In the end, because they were really sorry about that, they couldn't get the onlines working and all that. They give us, I think it was 2 or 3 games for free. I don't know whether you remember that, the Gaming Gaff.
Yeah, I think I only had. No, hang on. I think I skipped from PlayStation 2 to then PS4 because from PlayStation 2 I then went to Xbox 360.
Yeah, because you went to Xbox for a while and then you went back to PlayStation, didn't you? Remember that?
Yeah, and so I kind of skipped the console.
Yeah, well, I think Phil didn't skip it as much, but he didn't have the PS3, did you?
No, I didn't have a PS3. I didn't. It wasn't that I necessarily skipped it. I just couldn't afford one at the time. And yeah, so I just kind of stuck with the PS2, and then there was other gaming consoles as well, which was family oriented around the time. So it was like we went with them instead. But
yeah, and now thanks to me, you're nearly bankrupt. Joking.
Yep, your fault.
Yeah, basically he only got a PS4 to start off with because I said to him, oh, have you seen all these games that are on the PS4 and all that? He said, oh, come on go and buy a PS4 so we can play with each other and all that. And it's like, oh, I don't know. But then he looked at it and he went, oh, there's some games that I would actually just go on the PS4 for, so he bought one, didn't you, Phil? And then that was it.
Yeah, well, to be honest, so back on the PlayStation 1, used to love playing Final Fantasy 7. And then there was talks about them bringing out a Final Fantasy 7 remake. So I was like, okay, that's in talks. And it was said that it should be coming out within like the next 6 months. So I was like, okay. Bearing in mind, it was like multiple years later before they actually brought it out. Yeah. So I'm sat there just like, well, I'll get it now, because then when it comes to actually getting that game, at least I've already got the console and everything set up ready to go. But yeah, there was also the Uncharted series and what else was it that had just come out? I think it was the first Life is Strange game.
Oh yeah. And if you haven't played that, the Doctor's Gaming Gaff, oh my god, it's an amazing series. And Phil, I'll let Phil finish off what he was saying, but they're fantastic games, aren't they, Phil?
Oh, I love them. So, I mean, the first one definitely was the best out of the lot. It's a story-based game. It's like puzzle solving, though. So, like, your character finds out that she has some control over time, and then you've got to use that ability to try and complete certain puzzles, do certain things, get to places you couldn't get to, and all that. And it's a really poignant story, but then at the end of it as well, it's like it's all choice based as well. So what you choose makes the game end differently. But yeah, definitely worth the game, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, this probably won't shock you, but those are in my game library still ready to.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, basically, I've been an Xbox player for a long time.
Yeah.
A bit like games, my friends were going, oh, but PlayStation have got a lot of good exclusives, and I've been sat there like, and then one day, someone said, what do you want for Christmas? I can have a PS4. They went, you want an Xbox and a PlayStation 4? I went, yeah, but a lot of my friends are on PS4, a lot of my friends on Xbox,
Yeah,
and there's some more exclusives on PlayStation. So.
Yeah, well, funny enough though, I do have an Xbox myself anyway, as you know, but it was me brother's originally, but he was getting the new Xbox and he said, do you want the Xbox One? And I thought, you know what, why not? Best of both worlds now then, isn't it?
That's why when someone says to me, "What console do you prefer?" I'm like, can't do that. Sorry, can't pick.
See, I prefer PlayStation because I've always been a PlayStation fan.
Yeah.
But there is some good stuff I like on the Xbox, like Game Pass. I do like the Game Pass. There's some excellent games on Game Pass. I like the fact that you can play the older generations on there, but Sony decided, no, we're not having it now because Xbox have heard our idea. We're going to go with that. We're not going with that anymore. Now they're saying not many people would like the older generations backwards compatibility on it, which is not entirely true because I've seen a lot of people saying we would love it to happen, but obviously PlayStation don't want it. Basically, that's what they're trying to say.
No, it's one of the biggest rivalries in gaming, isn't it? At the moment.
Yeah, well,
Xbox and PlayStation.
Like I mentioned in the last week's episode, is that crossplay. PlayStation were against crossplay for such a long time, and then they decided in the end, oh yeah, okay. I think they tried it with, was it Fortnite originally? Oh god, bad game. But they tried it with that originally. I think that was the first one they tried it with, and now there's quite a few games now that are crossplay now on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think the crossplay feature is really good because if you've got one console and your friend's got another, and apparently friends on PlayStation can actually add you on Xbox, which is very weird to me.
Never knew that because I don't think you can.
Because one of my friends who plays PlayStation added me on Xbox with her PlayStation in while we played Minecraft.
All right. Did he add you on the game or did he add you on the console?
It was on the console because her name came up.
All right, that's
same
so
as
weird.
the PlayStation, and it came up, and I'm like, is this hacking?
It's got to be something because I don't think that could work, could it?
No, she did say because I need to invite you through the game, so that, like you said, it might have been through the game, but it comes through as a friend request type thing, so I could join the game.
Oh, it might do through Xbox. Maybe the Xbox notification makes it look like it's actually a friend request on the console rather than the game. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't do that because I think Sony put a stop to that, didn't they? Because I thought originally they were going to do a cross-party chat, which they never did. Which fair enough, they didn't. But now they have Discord chat on PlayStation. Finally, you can talk that way, which is really good because we've mentioned it before. But me and Phil don't like talking in game chat because, say you're in a team and you haven't got a full squad, you go against randoms, so you don't know who you're getting, and there's been occasion where we've got idiots into the chat, and you can mute them on the game, but it's like you don't want to go on a game to mute someone. It's pointless basically. But the other thing is though, Discord is brilliant because now that Discord is on PlayStation, it's easier to talk to people without actually talking in game chat. I mean, we started talking in game chat. One of the reasons is because Cayman, someone we play Rogue Company with, he plays on Xbox and we both play on PlayStation. So we had no choice at the time to actually talk through game chat, but it's all changed now, and we're glad that Discord chat is on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I think Xbox is doing that as well.
Yeah, Xbox, which is weird. Xbox brought it out sooner than PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation signed how much was it, the deal?
I couldn't tell you, mate.
I think it was like something like ridiculous money, like maybe 30 million, maybe a bit, maybe might be more, but it was a big deal. I know Xbox had a little deal with them because obviously Microsoft.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier for them to put it on their platform, isn't it?
Typical Microsoft. Too much money. Don't know what to do with it.
Well, that's another thing as well, is that you was talking about you can play Xbox games on the PC, and you can do that without actually remote playing as well, because certain games, if they're on Microsoft, they allow you just to play them games if you've already got it. So you don't have to remote play them. You can basically download them to your PC, which is genius.
Yeah, my friend does that on Call of Duty. He plays on Xbox on the PC, and I take the mickey out with him, like, oh, PC player. Oh. Trades up. But nah, he's a good player.
Yeah, well, it is, and you know what? That's another good discussion. Crossplay and all party chat and everything. It needed to be a thing where you can interact with other people on different platforms, and yes, it's here now, so it's amazing. But I'm gonna hand the next question over to Phil. So if there's any questions you would like to ask.
Yeah. One sec, I've got it written down here. Do you tend to play games competitively, or do you play them just for fun?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh. No. Yeah. When I'm with friends, I mostly do it for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then me and my friends start getting competitive with each other. Like, come on, let's see how many kills we can get. And I'm like, really? And but no, yeah, I prefer it to be fun. But when I'm on my own, I do get competitive with other people and my friends and stuff, and we start doing different challenges and like who can get the most kills in Warzone or on Modern Warfare. I lose obviously because I'm rubbish. but I think a bit of both. I love doing a bit of both.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think we're the same. I mean, obviously, we're a bit competitive when it comes to Rogue Company in the sense that we love the game. It's addictive. It's multiplayer. You're playing against other people, so yeah, it does get competitive. But we do like games with a good story mode, which I think is amazing. So I've got a question for you as well. The Doctor's Gaming Gaff is: have you ever pretended to be sick to get out of something so you could play a game?
Yes, school.
I think we all did that when we were back in school.
Yeah, especially when the new FIFA was being released. My dad used to say, "Oh, got you a new FIFA," and I went, oh, "I don't feel too well." The next one, I'm like, "I don't feel too well, Dad," and he's like, "Okay." But really, no, I was very well playing FIFA at home on the Xbox, and I think WWE when it was good.
Yeah.
But yes, I did. Especially FIFA and Call of Duty releases.
And what did you say? Did you say you were sick, or did you?
Well, it wasn't me phoning him. It was my dad, and he just said, "Oh, he's got a tummy bug. He's been throwing up all night." And I'm sat upstairs, like headset on, playing Call of Duty and FIFA, and then my dad's coming and says, "Can you have that telly any louder?" I'm like, "Sorry."
So he didn't actually say, "Well, you're supposed to be sick and not playing games." He just said, "Turn the telly down."
Yeah.
Wow.
He got me out of like. This sounds really naughty. I know. I did go to school a lot, but when new releases, I'm like, nope. Like, especially college as well. I used to do it at college as well.
Yeah. I mean, I went to college for a short period of time. I think, though, I didn't try to scarf off college. I just wanted to get it all done and dusted, you know what I mean? But I think school, yes, possibly done that, but I think everyone's done it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we're old friends from school, so we know what happened in school sometimes when we didn't come in and all that, because we always used to tell each other, didn't we? But I'm pretty sure Phil as well. I mean, I've been friends with Phil for a good 8 years, if not more, probably more. And he knows as well things that I've done to try and get out of. The same with you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you show me any gamer that says they haven't faked being sick to get out of something so they can game, and I'll show you a liar. Because everyone has done it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to hand the next question over to you, Phil. And what would you like to ask, mate?
Right, it's a bit of a two-parter question, this one. So,
ooh, nice.
How often do you spend gaming?
Okay.
And do you think it's worthwhile as well, or do you think it's a bit of a waste of time?
Well, judging by my Hogwarts Legacy time, it is 37 hours I've been playing it.
Nice.
So I do play it a lot, especially when I'm come home from doing things during the day. And is it a waste of time? No, I don't. For me, gaming is relaxing, and especially when you come home for like a long day doing stuff, and you can just switch on your consoles. You can play your favorite games, and you get into them a lot. But I've put in a lot of hours. Like, I can't really put a finger on how many hours. I think about maybe 7 hours a day.
Fair dues.
And sometimes on a night, I wake up and I just turn my PlayStation on and I'm like, until I can go to sleep. But no, I don't think it's a waste of time. I think if you love something, do it. And
yeah,
gaming has been a massive part of my life, and I don't think I'll ever get bored of it.
it's awesome. I mean, like, I know I've spoke to people in the past, and it's always one of them, isn't it? Someone will be like, "Oh, well, you've not really done anything. You've not achieved anything. What's the point?" And they do just see gaming as like a complete waste of time. But like, so I don't know how you are with like VR games. I don't know if you've played any or not.
No, I've not played. I've not got a VR.
Right, because like I've played on the Oculus Quest.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I've noticed improvement in like hand-eye coordination and reaction times and stuff when I've been playing that. So I always find it interesting when people say like it doesn't do anything.
See, I wouldn't agree with that because, like you said, with the hand-eye coordination, but also even using controllers.
True.
Your reaction times can get really better, and especially with puzzle games.
Yeah.
That really make you think, and I can't remember, like Assassin's Creed and stuff, where you have to open doors and you have to do different puzzles and sort them out, and I think that's achieving a lot, because I don't agree with that it's a waste of time at all. Gaming is not a waste of time. I mean, a lot of people do this for a living. And
yeah. Well, you just look at the some of the streamers. I mean, if you go full-time streamer, and I know it'll take ages to do that, but I know some people that have, and you know what, they earn them fortunes just doing that. So it's like a job in a sense, isn't it?
Yeah, I would love to.
I mean, it's funny, like, because as a kid, it was always told, like, this is something you should be doing in your free time and that, but, like, you can't make money from doing this, and now there's so many people making quite a large amount of money from it. Quite funny when you think about it, really.
Well, yeah, and also not only streaming, you can get income coming from or podcasters as well. So it just shows you can earn a little bit of money there and then on different things. Now, I know, on Twitch, obviously you gotta reach 50 followers, plus you gotta have average views of 3 constantly, and all other stuff. But you can get there eventually. I mean, I know some people that have as well, and yeah, straight away they're not earning a great deal of lot, but years to come they're probably earning like, I don't know, they're probably earning enough to keep them away from going out to work, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially some of these big Facebook, these Facebook streamers that I watch quite a few of them, and they get like stars and everything for challenges and everything, and they must be earning like thousands. Well, some of them are in America, dollars and pounds, and I'm just sat there like, really? I want to do that.
Now connected to laptop until 0.
And Alexa decides to go off right through. Right. But what the other thing as well is, I was going to say that, do you stream the Doctor's Gaming Gaff? Do you still stream, or do you not stream as much these days? But
well, I've just had to reset up another Twitch. I'm trying to get it connected to the PlayStation. I'll probably stream a little bit on Twitch, but I mostly record videos and upload them at the minute.
Well, I've got an idea for you as well. If you're starting a Twitch channel up and all that, is join Stream Wars community, because we're part of them. They're fantastic. They will help your channel grow straight from the off, which they did with Phil's channel, which is amazing. And you get a lot of people watching you there as well.
Yeah.
But I'll send you an invite to Stream Wars community, because it's amazing, isn't it, Phil?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely helped your channel out, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. No question about it.
You have to send me, like, I've got your channel on Twitch. You have to tell me what Phil's channel is, so I can...
Yeah. This is not Phil's channel. This is a lad called Little Green Yoda. He runs the Stream Wars community. It's growing ever so quick as well. It's there's so many people growing, joining it each day.
Yeah.
But I'll send you an invite, because I think if you do start on the Twitch channel, like you say, I think this will be good for you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Not a problem. Just a few questions I just want to finish the podcast episode with, and maybe Phil can ask one question. But the next question I would like to ask is basically, what game did you last complete? Now that's a tough one for me, because I don't think I've completed one for a while.
I think on PlayStation 2, Vice City San Andreas.
Wow, is that the last one?
Yeah, I've not actually 100%ed. Hang on, I don't know. What? No, maybe? I can't remember. But no, I've not 100%ed one game yet on any console, apart from PlayStation 2.
No, then I think you're going to now, aren't you? You're gonna look at a game where I can complete that.
I know I play it a lot, but just because I get addicted to some games, so I have to stop my game.
Yeah, same as us. We're addicted to Rogue Company, like I say, and we just can't get off it, can we? And that's the thing. I mean, obviously Phil does complete a load of games more than me, and I'm going to mention it in the episode as well. He's probably on his PlayStation right now as we're recording, completing a game right now and getting the platinum.
No comment.
Because each episode, I keep forgetting, and then I remembered tonight. Obviously, when we're recording it, but in this episode, I was like, when we're recording it and all that, and I'm thinking, he's definitely playing on his PlayStation now. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he can record a podcast with us and platinum games at the same time. I mean, I couldn't do that.
To be honest, it's usually when I'm doing it, it's like menial tasks. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, so not big tasks. You like have to proper focus.
Yeah, like for example, I wouldn't be playing on Hogwarts Legacy because obviously where I am at the minute, I'm quite early on, so there's a lot of like listening and stuff I need to do.
Here you go then.
But...
There's a question for you then, Phil. What game are you playing right now?
Okay, so at the minute I'm actually playing Ape Escape.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever play that on the PlayStation 1?
Yes, I did. I remember that. Is that on the PS5 now? Is it?
It is yeah. On the premium tier. If you got the PlayStation Plus Premium, you do get that as part of that package.
Not that yet.
So that is literally. I'm currently attempting to platinum it.
Wow. I'm
definitely not going to do it tonight, but
no.
Especially that when the controls are still the same as the PS2 days. So yeah,
the controls are so weird now by comparison because, like, you know, you used to like how most games controls are these days, but this is just, it's so weird. I'll be honest.
It is.
Like everything is off about it, but you know, it has been years since I played it, so it's understandable.
To be fair, I couldn't go back to PlayStation 2 graphics.
No, I couldn't now, to be honest with you, because I mean, I could, because the premium tier, because it's there, it's, you know, it's part of your PlayStation Plus subscription. I'm thinking, you know, might as well download it, play it. But I couldn't go back to an older console. That is for sure. I mean, back then, like we say, the graphics were amazing back then. But you look back now and you think, oh, what the hell? What was I playing? What was that? Because the graphics and technology, it's grown so much through the years, and I think it hasn't stopped there. But how further can they go? How better can they get with the graphics? I mean, the graphics are already like stunning. I mean, Uncharted 4 on the PS4 was absolutely amazing. It looked like a movie, and you think to yourself, how can they do any better? But they've brought a PS5 version out of Uncharted Thief's Collection, Thief's End, and the Lost Legacy. But I think they've added ray tracing to it. So I think obviously the new consoles, you can have ray tracing, you can have obviously faster loading speeds, so the game loads up quicker. But it's a good point, isn't it, really, when you think of it? You go back to the graphics then and you think to yourself, nah, I just can't see myself on that console again.
No, like you said, I mean, it is nice to go back to like some PlayStation 2 games, and like I started playing Pirates of the Caribbean at World End again.
Yeah, because it's on the PlayStation Plus subscription, but the only thing is you gotta stream it, haven't you?
Yeah, that's the only. Some of the games you've got to stream, but if you don't have good internet, it keeps going cut out, and I'm like, oh my word.
Yeah.
I mean, what really gets on my nerves is, you can download PS1, PS2, and you also got some PSP games from years ago.
Yeah.
You can download all them, and you don't have to stream them, but PS3 games you have to stream. And that's newer than PS1, PS2, and PSP. Although PSP is a little bit later, I think, isn't it?
Didn't they discontinue the PSP?
Yes, it did. I think they've all have now, haven't they? The PlayStation 2 did a few years ago, didn't they?
Sorry, that was just a question that popped into my head, and I was wondering if they was on about it, and I didn't know if they'd done it yet. I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me. The PS3 was amazing, and the one thing the PS5 hasn't got, which the PS3 and the PS4 did have, is that themes. You could have your own theme to the screen. Hopefully they'll bring that at some point to the PS5. But other than that, the PS5 is a fantastic console, and I don't think it. I don't think I've had a console that is as good as that. Thinking back now,
Especially when you can get hold of one. Oh my word!
yeah.
When they first came out.
Well,
wow.
We were two lucky ones, especially Phil. Phil was more lucky than me. But what happened is, I told my dad that I watched the stream, and I told my dad they're going on sale next week for pre-order. Would you be able to put my pre-order in? And he said, yeah. Yeah. He said, we'll put it in. Obviously, it was coming out in September, and I think it was announced in June, July, wasn't it? Something like that. And my dad on the day put his pre-order in for my console, and he didn't know whether it went through or not. It took ages. The website glitched out, Amazon, because everyone was pre-ordering them, and he didn't know whether the pre-order was took place. But then he got a notification a few minutes later saying your pre-order has been placed. So I thank God for that. But Phil's issue was it worse, man. Would you like to tell the game?
Yeah, mine did not go well. So I missed the first one when it was on. I couldn't get it on Amazon. But then it was like, they were like, we're going to release it onto, what's it called? Argos. So I was like, okay. And it's going to get released at, I think initially they said midnight. So, I'm sure it was midnight. It might have been like 2 a.m. I can't fully remember. But I was on there constantly just refreshing the page from like 11 o'clock right through until about 5 o'clock in the morning. And they didn't end up putting it on that night. They ended up putting it on the day after at 7:30, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I missed out. So I wasn't best pleased, I think, is the polite way of putting it.
Yeah.
I was fuming at the time, thinking if it was put on when they said it was, then I would have been able to get it. But luckily, my brother was like, he's like, oh, I've already managed to get hold of one. He said, but I know of this website where it will basically give you a notification as soon as it's up on any other page that you're following.
Yeah.
He said, so I can keep an eye for you if you want, and then as soon as it's available, I can get one ordered for you.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So I thought, well, yeah, I can't get it any other way, so absolutely. And luckily, he managed to get it. It was funny though, because on that night when I actually tried to order it, I feel a bit guilty saying this. My sister was in hospital giving birth to my nephew, so I was like, more important things. Like, I need this PS5. Forget about the fact that when this kid's getting born. I'm like,
when you think of it,
this
though,
is more important.
It was two fantastic memories that year, in a sense that obviously your sister was having a baby, plus you were having your own baby as well.
My PS5.
Your PS5.
PS5 is my wee baby.
Or you could say you got married to your PS5 that year.
No, I wouldn't go. I'm not that crazy.
No.
Nah, I'm keeping the options open just in case the PS6 comes out. But,
yeah, I mean, there's been notifications about the PS6, stories about it and that, and I'm like, it's way too soon to even think about releasing it yet. So,
well, I'll let you know some more details on
that
because I have heard some more information about that. basically, they reckon the PS6 won't come out until sometime around about 2028, which is actually the right lifespan when you think of it, because I think it's like 6 to 7 years, isn't it, before a new console comes out. But what they have said is, and it looks more and more likely that there will be another console out next year, and it will be the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, which makes sense because they always do it, don't they? Like 3-4 years after the original console comes out, there's always been like a slim version or a upgraded version. I mean, how much detail can they go with the PS5 Pro? Will they have a better CPU in it, a better SSD drive? Because if you remember, we got told it was going to be 820 something gigabyte, which is not a lot when you think of it, because you don't get that. We got like 600 and something because of the software that's stored in it, so you don't really get the full potential. But if they brought like, a 1 terabyte one out, it wouldn't be too bad, because you'll only be losing like 100 gig, which will leave you with a 900, something like that.
Yeah, I reckon for a PS5 Pro, you're probably looking at like a 2 terabyte option.
Yeah, well, they've made it so you can actually put your own SSD drives in it now anyway.
Yeah.
Which I saved up all my money one year, and I actually got a new SSD drive. I've got a 2 terabyte in it now, so it's not too bad in that sense. But I've also got a 5 terabyte external hard drive in there, because obviously you can only play your PS4 games from the external hard drive. So it's one of them. I mean, do you spend out your money? I mean, if you really need it, and you got the money, you sometimes think to yourself, what the hell, I'll just do it. I'm only going to do it the once, aren't I?
Yeah. I think if Sony's listening, just bring out a 4 terabyte console with the same price as it already is, please.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine if they brought a 4 terabyte PS5 out now? It'll be bigger than what it is now.
That's what, but I think that's where the money is, isn't it? Is in the storage as well. The main console. So.
Well, I've seen a fake photo of what the PS5 Pro could look like, and it looks slimmer than what we've got now, which really doesn't make no sense, does it? Because if they're going to add like better CPUs in it and all that, I would have thought, the slimmer they are, the less space is in there. But then again, it's what's inside the console, not on the outside, isn't it? So
it might be 8K.
Yeah, well, apparently this PS5, the original PS5, is actually 8K ready, believe it or not.
Yeah.
On certain games, I don't know whether that's all games, but yeah, I do believe it is 8K ready. Because if you look on the box, I don't know whether you still got the box. Everyone probably throw them away now, because
yes, I have.
You have got it.
Yeah.
I think it actually does say 8K ready on the box.
Yeah, it does. 8K, 4K, and HDR.
Yeah. So, and yet the talks about bringing 8K to the PS5 Pro, which, hold on, 8K is already here. But then again, not many people use 8K, because have you seen how much the 8K TVs are?
Yes, I have.
If you're going to get the full benefit out of it, no. I mean,
about $2,000, aren't they?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I'm just going to wait until the OLEDs go down in price, and maybe maybe one day get an OLED that's 4K, and does everything that a PS5 needs to, really. But it's either that.
It will be interesting to see what they've done with the slim, whether it's faster or more reliable.
Well, I think there'll be different features to it. Like, obviously, the main thing would be the the storage on it. The storage would have to be a lot bigger because obviously no one would buy it. But I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Whether they're gonna bring a PS5 controller out with a screen on, which we seen that was going to be a possibility before the PS5 came out, but it never happened. Well, it'll be good for remote play, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be really good.
But yeah, we're gonna end the episode with just maybe 2 or 3 more questions. First one, Phil, would you like to ask the remaining question?
I do not have any more questions.
No worries, that's fair enough. So, the question I'm gonna ask is, and it's a really, really good one. Have you ever seen somebody get really angry when they lose?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot of times, and
I've seen family members, especially my stepdad when he was here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Call of Duty and all the other games. You could just hear it in the living room, him shouting and screaming, and all I hear is controllers flying across the room. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going in there. I'm staying here. But yes, I have heard.
Let me guess, his controller broken so many pieces.
Yeah. Especially Call of Duty, like all campers and hackers. I'm like, oh my, here we go again.
Yeah, you can see why he's had a bit of rage there. But so, what about you, Phil? Have you seen anyone there, get really angry when they lose?
Yeah, I've seen a mirror. I've seen a mirror get very angry.
What, reflection of yourself?
No, I mean, yep, absolutely. No, but I mean, I've seen quite a few people get really angry. I know one of the worst people for raging at games was my brother.
Right, really?
So it was funny, right? Whenever he used to play on a game, I used to walk out the room because I know no matter what, as soon as he died, I'd be the one taking the blame for it.
Yeah.
And it always was. So every time I'd walk out the room and he hadn't realised, he'd just yell at me and then realise I'm not there and he's like, where the hell's he gone? Like, oh, he walked out the room about 45 minutes ago. just because I knew it would be my fault that he died.
Yeah. That was the same in this situation when my dad used to die. He used to say, "Why wasn't you helping me? I was nowhere near you. You ran off from me."
Absolutely your fault.
And it's like, oh, playing zombies. Like we said to him, oh, we're just going opening this door, and he was like, he got killed. He said, "Well, right, we've just told you we're opening the door 5 seconds ago." And then they just put the console off and left us. I'm like, oh, Jesus, whatever. It's a game. Come on.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And you know what? I've seen a few people like that, and I've obviously you've probably seen the YouTube videos where someone's got really angry, especially FIFA. FIFA, one of the you're probably thinking FIFA is a relaxed game, but it's not. It's really not. I mean, it's very competitive. Let's just say I seen someone literally. He conceded the goal in the last minute and he got really angry. He decided, you know what, I'm bigger, fucking hell, I'm picking my I think it was the TV actually. He picked up his TV or the PlayStation and threw it out the window, and I'm thinking, what the hell? What the hell? That's proper rage, that, isn't it?
I think like my worst rage moment was Crash Bandicoot 1.
Yeah.
The remake version, because I was trying to get the platinum for it, and to get that you've got to do the time trial.
Yeah.
For each thing. One of them, it was, I can never remember the name, but I always call it the High Road. It might actually be the name of the trophy, I'm not sure. But basically you've got to speedrun one of the hardest levels in the game, beat it in under a certain time, but to do that you've literally got to like run on the rope that's holding the bridge up. Now in the original PS1 game that was a flat surface because everything was made with polygons. Whereas with the PS4 remake, it is literally a rounded surface. So if you make the slightest wrong step to the left or the right, you just fall and die, and you have to start again. So that really annoyed me quite a bit, and I may or may not have dislocated my little finger from punching a wall. So yeah, got some anger issues I need getting.
Do you know what? There's games I've been really angry on, but I think I was live streaming, and it was Rogue Company, and you were playing the game with me that night as well, Phil, and oh my god, I did kick off, didn't I?
If it's the time I'm thinking of, then yes, you did.
I was weird enough. I was calling people you swap golling and go and meet your mate Twitch Dicky and all that. All that. And it sounds funny, all them names, but the reason it's weird, we actually come across on Road Company with them names, and ever since we've been using it as an insult to other players.
Yeah, it's the polite way of raging and having a go with them without them knowing what the hell you're on about.
I think my biggest rage was Call of Duty, and I got shot, and I picked up the controller, and I firstly aimed it at the TV. I went, hang on a minute, don't do that, please. So I aimed it at the nearest concrete wall, and I went, and all you heard was a massive crack, and I just went, I do not want to go and have a look at that controller right now. And literally the toggles on it were off, the two buttons had fell out.
Oh god.
It was nearly split in half. That's how meanly I threw it, and how really raised I was. And then I think I kicked the coffee table, and I threw my headset.
And then afterwards you went, fucking hell, why did I kick that table out? My legs fucking flopping now.
Well, my friends were on the headset when I did it. Like, I got back on the headset, they went, are you alright now? I went, yeah, fine. I'm controllerless, but I'm good.
So basically, you just someone to talk for the rest of the night, and you couldn't play.
Yeah, play. And luckily,
do you know what? The fact that you stopped yourself from throwing it at the telly, though, that just shows a lot of restraint. I don't care what anyone says. That shows a lot of restraint. You might throw it at the wall, but
it was just literally, it was like spider senses. Like, I aimed it at the TV, and my brain went, no. They cost a lot of money. My controller cost a lot of money.
I bet also it slipped out your hands and you catched it like Spider-Man would with his web, wouldn't you? Didn't you?
I wish I would. I would have actually, when I threw it, I would have been able to catch it again before it hit the wall, but yeah, and then after that, I think I went off Call of Duty because I'm like, is it worth the headache? Is it worth this rage?
No. I mean, I went off Road Company for about 2 months. Well, completely gaming, and that wasn't to do with just. Well, it was partly rage, wasn't it? But it wasn't me. Yeah. It was like someone decided to be an arsehole and have a go at me. But he was proper being nasty. I wasn't having the best games that night, and you can't always play the best. And sometimes you might not be good at one game, but you might be good at another game. But this particular night, I was having a bit of a, but I was still enjoying the game. I was like, yeah, go on then. But I wasn't having the best of days that day anyway. But this lad on our team, and this is why we didn't like going in game chat for that reason, is he decided to just automatically switch his mic on and call me all names of the sun, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
But because I think it just ticked me off that night. It was just like, right, I've had enough. I'm coming off Road Company. But it wasn't just Road Company, as they said, nah, I can't be bothered going on gaming for a while. But
I mean, nasty comments. I mean, there's no need for that in gaming. There's no
There's not. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have let it get to me, but it was one of them. I was a bit, downhill that day anyway, and then obviously you get someone, being an idiot, and that's it. That's it. I mean, how far can they go until? Well, how far can your mood go until like you go? I can't be bothered now. So yeah, that night I couldn't be bothered. And but saying that 2 months did do me a world of good because I came back, was enjoying the game, and I was playing better. So
that's what happened with me with COD. After I took a break, I came back and I did really well. But I'm like, maybe just play it every now and again, just because eventually it's gonna pee you off again. And controls are very expensive.
Yeah, they are these days as well.
So I'm like, you need to think about this logically.
The good
what
thing
else
is,
gonna get in there?
but the good thing is with because me and Phil are doing game shit, is we can't decide when we got so angry on the game, we can't push the disc out and chuck it or snap it like some people would. It's all digital now, so we never go out and buy a game now. We always buy it on the store, and we always wait when there's offers on as well. And if they're not on offer, they come to PlayStation Plus, so it's even better, isn't it?
Yeah, I have through my Call of Duty bot
Yeah.
as well. I think that's after the controller because I went sod this game. And my friend said it's lucky it was in the console. I said I wouldn't care if it wasn't in the box.
Yeah.
That's how mad I was with it. Oh.
Well, yeah. Well, it's been amazing having you on the show, the Doctor's Gaming Gaffer. It's been. Thank you for joining. It's been amazing. We're just gonna end the episode because we've gone over time as usual. We always do. I've just got 2 more questions to ask you. Well, and ask both of you really, because it's nice to end the episode on a high with 2 episodes, not just for my guest but for my co-presenter as well. So the first one we're going to ask is, what's more important, action or story?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I've left a tough one to the end. But yeah, it's a hard decision to come across there, isn't it?
Yeah, I like both, like action and story games. But
For me, it's got to be action and story. Yeah.
yeah,
What about you, Phil? Is it story or action? Oh, I think Phil might have been cut off there, but yeah. So yours is action and story, is it, mate?
yeah, I do. I like a good story as well. When I really get into the different stories, like what is it, Forbidden West? I like the story to that at the minute. Hogwarts Legacy, obviously, I love the story to that.
Yeah.
At the moment, but yeah, if it's got a good story and action in it, then I love them.
Yeah, it is brilliant, and hopefully we'll get Phil back on before we end the episode. But the last question, one of the last questions that I want to ask is, if you could have any video game character as your best friend, who would it be?
Oh, Tomb Raider. No,
Yeah, it's a tough one. That.
I think Duke Nukem.
Who did you say? Sorry.
Duke Nukem.
Oh right, yeah. Wow.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny. I mean, the one for me, God, if I could have any video game character as a best friend, who would it be? For me, there's a few, but maybe Nathan Drake.
Yeah, he'd be cool.
Just because he's a person that loves to just explore, go and find treasure if he can. Yeah. He's an adventure person, isn't he? And also action. So yeah, and yeah, I think he's got to be one of mine. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd like Duke Nukem, just half the stuff he says.
Yeah. And
And
what's yours, Phil?
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, maybe Max from Life is Strange because like she has control over time slightly, so
Oh, do you know what?
it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. You know what? And I never thought of that one because obviously I was like, oh god, I've got a load, but yeah, Max from Life is Strange. Yeah, that is a good point because yeah, you don't know what will happen basically. So you know, being their best friend, it could lead into you might not see her again, or you might see her again, and you know, you don't know how it's going to end, basically, do you?
Do you know what though? I've only just said it, but I've already changed my mind.
Have you? Yeah.
So there's I can't remember his name in Trico in The Last Guardian.
Oh yeah.
So he's like the giant bird, chicken, dog thing. Who you play alongside. So you play as like the little human, and then Trico is like he's the last guardian sort of thing. And I don't know, he's just an adorable character. So I'm like, yeah, I'd have that one as my best friend. Animals are better than people.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, there's so many characters you could have as a best friend from a video game there, isn't he? I mean, I don't think I could have Lara Croft as a best friend because I couldn't stop looking at her, would you? It's one of them. She'd be like your best friend, but she's like, yeah, but could we be more? So
yeah, why staring at you? You're Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
That's why.
Definitely, and then, you know what? That was just going to be the other question before we end the episode. Is the character from any video game that you've ever had a crush on? I mean, I know it sounds weird, these questions, but you know, it's a solid point because I bet there's a lot of people there that have actually got a crush on certain characters from video games.
Well, apart from the obvious Lara Croft, but it's her in Horizon Zero. I can't remember her name in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I can't even remember the name. I know who you mean though. Yeah. That is a good one as well. What about yours, Phil?
Yeah, it's got to be what's it called? Lara Croft. Sorry, I was trying to look up the character's name from. Is it Aloy?
Aloy, yeah.
A-L-O-Y.
Aloy.
From,
is that from Horizon?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's her name. Yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
Well, man.
But I mean, like, I had a crush on Lara Croft back in the days when she had. She was made of polygons, so there was just two ridiculous-looking triangles on her chest.
Hey,
yeah.
what do you think of it? She introduced the PlayStation symbols, didn't she? Triangles as a chest.
Oh God.
I know it sounds bad, that, but
She made a static PlayStation.
it was not only that though. She had squared head, I think it was, or that was sort of like squared as well. Yeah. So you could say there was triangle, square, and I think part of her body was a circle, but I can't remember that. But yeah, I do remember. God, and now them were graphics and half them. I mean, bad graphics. Saying that now. But do you remember? I don't know whether you ever remember Sky Interactive when it first came out.
I think so. I can't remember it.
Well, they had a Lara Croft game, a Tomb Raider game on there, if you remember, and that was literally like it was the same graphics of the was it the PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 when the first Lara Croft came out, or Tomb Raider?
Yeah,
PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1, yeah. Yeah, and it was basically the same. I don't know whether it actually was a remake for Sky Interactive, actually, of the same game, because basically, wasn't it originally you just running across platforms? I know it was on Sky Interactive game. You opened doors and you just ran like through platforms and all that, and you climbed up and you went in.
No, I think it was still like climbing and where you could still do puzzles, but the graphics were just like, because they re-released them on Xbox, the original games, and I go back and play them like, whoa, these are weird, because they were on PC as well. You could play them on a computer as well, which is kind of cool as well.
Yeah, I mean, God, yeah, like you say, the graphics. But talking about who's the character from a video game that you've ever had a crush on, man, I've got two actually. Obviously, the one that plays Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider games, yeah, definitely. But I think Chloe out of Uncharted comes close as well.
Depends on her age, though. That's where you've got to be careful, isn't it? She's a character, so she's not real, but...
I'm talking about Chloe, the older Chloe.
Oh, do you mean like later on in the game, Chloe?
Yeah.
Yeah, when she got older, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Chloe from Uncharted Lost Legacy. There we go. That sounds better.
Yeah, she's really nice.
But she looks a bit like Lara Croft in my sense. She looks similar.
She might end up playing Lara Croft one day, you never know.
Well, I would like to see Uncharted and Tomb Raider both go in as a crossover game.
Oh.
Because when you think of it, Nathan Drake, he goes on hunt for treasure. What does Lara Croft do?
Hunting for treasure, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, they could actually meet up. Then maybe they could be related. You just don't, you know what, you don't know. I know obviously they're both made by different, they are made by different companies, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But they are so similar as well.
They're amazing. Tomb Raider is just...
Yeah, Tomb Raider was amazing. I mean, there is talks
especially
about
the new
one coming out, you know, a new, Tomb Raider. There's talks about one coming out soon.
Well, they've just made 3 more for the, like, recently, didn't they? So that would be, the last one was Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I love that one.
Yeah. I think Phil's platinum that, haven't you? Or have you? No, you couldn't.
No.
You couldn't because of the online mode.
So can I give you my PlayStation? You can do some of my games with me.
Do you know what?
I mean, if you pay me, yeah.
Phil went on my account the other day because, the other week, should I say, because we're joined together. But he basically went on it because there was this particular mission he had to do on Sonic Racing, was it?
Yeah.
And I was like, I've not played that. I've seen it come in. I recently played it and went, no, I've not played that. Anyway, it turns out Phil's gone onto my account, and because there's this certain mission that he needs to do with, it's like a time trial with friends. But I'll
give you the short story.
Yeah.
So for a year, I was waiting for James to go on it just to do one time trial, so then I could beat his time trial and then get the platinum. That was the only trophy I needed. And he said, yeah, I'll do it. And then I didn't ask him again because I was like, I don't want to keep pestering him. And the other day I was sat in the living room with the PS4 because my PS5's in my room, and I was like, Spirit, I'm going to go on and do it. And for some reason now it's changed so you can't see your friend's time trials. So I went on, got a time trial for his, went back onto my account, realized that his time trial was like 40,000 places down, and mine was like 2,000. So I had to scroll from 2,000 right the way down to 40,000 people to then beat his time trial. And then it was on his thing saying that he played it. But the annoying thing is, it's not a hard platinum. It's just
that one
kind of boring.
Yeah.
I mean, James isn't the only one. James isn't the only one because a lot of people are still asking me to join them on games.
Yeah.
To do different, and I'm like, yeah, but I've got something to do. Like, you don't have anything to do today. I want you to sit. I'm like, whoa, calm down. I will be though eventually. You know, I'll
get 3 or 4 years.
Yes, 3 or 4 years, I'll be there. When the next console comes out, I will help you with that.
You better show some goddamn appreciation.
Yeah, it does. Do you know what? It's been amazing this episode. We have gone on quite a bit, but I think when you're talking on the podcast and all that, it's we come across all interesting stories, and as we've been with other guests and all that, it's been interesting to hear their story and why they became on, a gamer, and which games they like the best and all that. It's been amazing because obviously you hear different from each people. But the last question I want to end this week's episode with is basically, okay, console wars and that, they're still going on and all that, but what we do want to know, and is the fact that what is the best console? What is the best console? What would you say?
Well, I've got a meeting with the Prime Minister. Okay. Oh man, why did you do this? Why?
See, we always leave the tougher questions to the end.
Okay. Right, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
Just because. And I'm not going to be biased, I'm not going to say both of them, but I think at the minute, I can't believe I'm saying this. Oh, okay. PS5 at the moment.
Yeah. What about you, Phil?
Yeah.
I'm going to be diplomatic. It depends on, it's individual to each person's specific wants and needs.
Yeah. So what?
That's the cop out.
What's your reason?
But in my opinion, I do think the PS5 is the better console. However, I do think that when it comes to specific games, I do think that the Quest VR is a really good console as well. But in my opinion, PS5 is top at the minute.
Yeah. I mean,
I should have said the Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch is good, but I don't think it's the best. The only thing that I'm saying that is, okay, yeah, it's great what they've done and everything and all that, but there's things that they haven't added, and they said they were going to add them from the start. Well, PlayStation's the same, but but I would love to have at least themes on. That's the most requested thing on Nintendo Switch is choose your own themes. You can only go with white or black, which is not really a theme, it's just a background colour. So I think they need to take on board that the fans want themes. I also want party chat on there because I think that'll do them a world of good, having party chat and some messaging service. But also, they could go around achievements or trophy system, which would be even better because I think it'll make people on the Nintendo side of things enjoy games more. Because, okay, on PlayStation, trophies have been going since the PlayStation 3, and it's been brilliant. And obviously, achievements on Xbox, they've been brilliant. I don't know whether you used to be the same as me, but I'm still the same actually. when you see an achievement or a trophy pop up, you're like, oh yes, this is brilliant, and it makes you want to play the game more because you want to get that other trophy, don't you? And you know, as you say, platinums, and that's why Phil's got nearly 75 platinums. So that is really interesting, and that's why I think as well is the PS5 is definitely the best for me. Okay, I like some stuff of the Xbox, but the PS5 is the best. It's definitely the best, and I think most people agree. I mean, even the Microsoft owner, or Xbox owner, should I say? He said...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He basically said that he loves the PS5. I think he's turned around and said, I'm not going to even... I'm not even going to lie. I've actually been on the PS5 myself. And he said he loves that the trigger sense and all that is absolutely amazing feature to have. Which something that he would like to bring on the the Xbox sometime.
I was just about to say that. I wonder why he's testing out this PlayStation, eh?
Yeah, well, he's basically turned around and said, he loves what he's done with the Xbox, but he's actually give a lot of credit to PlayStation, the way they've gone about the PS5 and how they've gone with the controller, which is amazing. I mean, there's more exclusive games on PlayStation, but obviously they're starting to not be exclusive now. They're going to Xbox as well. And also, PlayStation games are going to PC now, which is absolutely amazing to see. But does that mean we don't get exclusives anymore? I don't think we'll get much anyway. That's for sure. But yeah, it's been an interesting subject to end on, but 100% the PS5 wins it out of the consoles at the moment, and I'm pretty sure some people that are listening to this episode will agree as well. But just to let you know as well, if you got an Alexa, if you just say to Alexa, play Teamworks Podcast on Apple Podcasts, it will play the latest episode. I've tried it, so it does definitely work. I don't think it works for Spotify at the moment. I don't think it has a feature for that. But it does definitely work with Apple Podcasts. So if you're in the house and you don't want to listen to it your phone and you want to listen to it to your smart speaker, just say to Alexa, play Teamworks Podcast and the latest episode on Apple Podcasts. So and we do have a Facebook page, guys. It's Teamworks, the Teamworks Podcast, and we've also just recently opened a Instagram page, which is the Teamworks Podcast as well. And you can look on all them to see updates on our new episodes, on our new guests on our show. But thank you, the Dr. Gaming Gaff, for joining our episode this week. It's been amazing having you. We've gone over schedule, and this is actually, talking at the time now, this is the longest episode we've done so far. So it's been a pleasure having you, mate.
Yeah, thank you both of you for inviting me on. It's been a good discussion today. I've enjoyed it.
It's been a really amazing, and thank you, Phil, for obviously being a great co-presenter like always. It's been amazing, mate.
No, it was a wonderful chat as ever.
It has been, and you know what? We'll have to get you on the show again, the Doctor's Gaming Gaff, sometime soon. So if you fancy it, just let us know, and we'll try and get you on the show again.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you guys for again inviting me and letting me join today.
Not a problem. I think that's the end of it. It's been a great discussion, guys. Thank you, and bye for now.
Peace out.